Column 13. The mode of separating a man from a woman and a woman from her husband. Woe, woe. Flame, flame. Gab assumed his form of a bull. Coivit. Matrice. Swa. Tefnet. Again. Because of the heart of his father cursed his face, the fury of him whose soul is as a flame, while his body is as a pillar, so that he fill the earth with flame, and the mountains shoot with tongues, the fury of every entity and every female entity. Anxwer, Lalat, Bereshak, Balakesh, be cast upon the son of the daughter of. Send the fire towards his heart, and the flame in his place of sleeping, and the fire of hatred, never ceasing to enter into his heart at any time until he cast daughter of out of his abode, she having hatred to his heart, she having quarrel to his face. Grant for him the nagging and squabbling, the fighting and quarreling between them at all times, until they are separated from each other, without agreeing again forever. Gum of myrrh, you add wine to them, you make them into a figure of Geb, there being the bull penis scepter in his hand. The uses of the shrew mouse, to which it is put. You take a shrew mouse, you drown it in some water, you make the man drink of it, and then he is blinded in its two eyes, grind its body with any piece of food, you make the man eat it, then he makes and swells up and he dies. If you do it to bring a woman, you take a shrew mouse, you place it on a Syrian pot, you put it on the backbone of a donkey, you put its tail in the Syrian pot, or in a glass again, you let it loose alive within the door of the bath of the woman, you gild it, and embalm its tail, and you add pounded myrrh to it. You put it in a gold ring, you put your finger after reciting these charms to it, and walk with it to any place, and any woman whom you shall take hold of, she giveth herself unto you. You do it when the moon is full. You do it to make a woman mad after a man. You take its body, dried, you pound it, take a little of it with a little blood of your second finger, of the heart of your left hand. You mix it with it. You put it in a cup of wine. You give it to the woman, and she drinks it. Then she has a passion for you. You put its skull into a wine, and the man drinks it. Then he dies at once. Or you put it into any piece. You put its heart into a seal ring of gold. You put it on your hand and go anywhere. Then it brings you reverence. You drown a hawk in a wine. You make the man drink it. Then he dies. You put the gall of an Alexandrian weasel into any food. Then he dies. You put a two-tailed lizard into the oil and cook it and anoint the man with it. Then you wish to produce a skin disease on a man, and that shall not be healed. A Handtaus lizard and a Haflila lizard, you cook them with. You wash the man with them. You wish to make it quarrelsome, troublesome. You put, then it is troublesome. You put beer to the eye of a man, then he is blinded. The charms which you recite to the ring at the time of taking hold of the woman. Yahoo! Abrasax, may, daughter of love me, may she burn for me by the way you. Then she conveys herself after you. You write it again on the strip with which you wrap up the. And so the rising flame, the reference to chthonic entities, can be connected to the simple fact that those who do this sort of magic tend not to be those with much in the way of a hope of the hereafter. Pa ken pers hut a sahmat a pies ye we subsen ko subsen gub kabrath nak nakath motaf tafnat waham mu wha pa pan yataf harf pa kit nap ata bief masatat a khaf nataf mah patan satat ata an dwa siet na shal sal pa yet nectar nub nectrat nub ank were la lot ba resh ak belkush man pa sure nut man ta shirt nut manan nyet satat mas hatat ta sahtat paf ma na satar eb satat na must akun hataf hatat nub sha nataf hwa ta mant shirt man abulkan naf agu as lak mas hataf as khar kant harf mie naf pa we pa wa pa ha pa kant watu hatat nab sha natu pers a now rau a panpo hatap a shwa a maha kama pa shell natak ta rup aru natak ru na wa tut na gab e one wa was na tataf nap am nat khur chef aru erik mie wa am natak raf na hasa khan kinu ma u natak ta swar pa ram namath khur raf ka o nam nap bil erk nat pef maasa har nek nab na wam natak ta wamthas pa ram kur ruth ma un ta natif shafa natif ma'u erk ruth anya sahmat erk nia wa am erk kaf her wat bulls her natak wahaf heart the sha wa a natak tapef sat khan wat bulls na her naga yil an natak warhaf f ank a khan napper na wat sat ayu nat sahmat natak fa na nab natak pas peth sat nakat kul f nat arf natak pieth a khan wat yakat nab natak ties apek taba bunts ash nia saku arf natak masha a ma nab eramif a sahmat nab nat erik a mat nams khur waks masak khur rakafa ah mah erik raf at re sahmat leb mas hut erik fie puff sama f shwa erik nataf erik fie wa kum namf erme wa kum na sanaf na pek taba na mah na psh sa la pien takat tat erik takaf ermeth erik tieth a wa za rup erik tieth nat sahmat natas suraf kur ras leb masak erik ta peth Sasha awa rup nata pa rum suraf khur batef pie hatat aga tief anak nub na wum erikta tef het a wa katam nub natak tief a tatak natak masha a ma nub khur tef ta cup nak hest mert shvat erik wa baka hasa kan warapntak ta suras pa ram khur batef erik tap kasha wa gal rakat a nak nub na wum khur batef erik twat half lala sat apa naha natak tasyetas natak tahas pa ram nabat khur erik wak at kap pa asha har ram natas tam lakas wat han ta us erme half lala natak tasyetu har natak sakam pa ram namu erik wak at raf ta ur eriket khur raf ta ur erik kie hank a yutuf na rum karath ka on nam na saku nut har rik ashu ap baswar nup nu nut erk mat ta zahmat namaf ya ha a br as ax nye re men ams men mariet nye rus ma mase a pa niet natak zerp khur rus wahas masak khur sak kus an at ties nut khur rik kas pa am namath. And I would think that more people would be familiar with the ancient Egyptian than the Coptic. I mean, well, actually, no, people speak Coptic. But as far as a book on Egyptian magic, having the full demotic text would be helpful. But I guess Dover decided that that wasn't necessary to include the pictures of that. So let's blame them, of course. Powers is the Greek diakopos, and pa kiet relates to ma che. You know, in hieroglyphics. Wiesipson, very common formula, a very common phrase that we've seen thus far, I guess. Geb is Kronos, the planet Kronos being named Horus the bull, and Nut, the daughter of Tefnut, the heavenly cow, in the destruction. Des Hummus, etc. The restoration before his mother is, however, very uncertain. The Greek myth of Kronos and Plutarch, where Rhea is Nut. Oh, is it Rhea one of the? Yeah, that's one of the moons that I mentioned in my Yule ceremony. Kaf is the body. Chutuf, I presume that's Chutuf, because Chet being the body is a form that I'm familiar with as one of the 9 selves, right? Hwe Amun is cast upon. There was another 1.5 inches of writing that was maybe erased. Maybe it's just, lost to time otherwise. And S look could be S cur at the end of that. Line 7. Kameh is some type of resinous gum. Toot related to Herpuk, the bull-headed man. So a planet. So is this Saturn here we're talking about? Hinu in Coptic is Ma'au, or some water. And okay, we have Pate relating to Ka'at, priorly. Okay. And Ma'ase is thought to be Soma in Greek, Suma, and in Coptic, Soma. Ma'unta is likely a combination, is a Coptic word that's likely a combination between Ma'u, Nato, water of a spot, tae, which, you know, I guess that's the pus. Don't say pus in the comment here, but the death of a spot, the water of a disease spots, yeah, that's the pus. Bowls na Cur was a special variety of pottery from Syria, or maybe pottery is not the right term, but sort of, yeah, I guess pottery is the right term. So we have the Coptic Si'a Une, or Sai On Uni, and the place of the washings. Se I A U E. Gilding and balming its tail has something to do with washing, right? And it's given a sign of fire, which might mean that some heated glaze or something is poured on it. Leakut is a feminine word, but the guswur, the ring of, it's connected with the Greek Alix, or Electos, the Coptic halak, ring, and alka'u, vase. But there's a T sound in there, so it's not quite sure exactly. But it could be, because of the zenith, it could be copper, it could be silver. And is it the Book of Baruch, the secret works in silver? You know, the Aramea extra canonical book. So silver, gold's obvious, but silver apparently for magic stuff is a little bit more common than its placement as a metal. The charms at the foot of course, the lead-based pewter or something is probably even more common compared to its position of metal that you would expect. So, Sal Apien, the blood of the middle finger. The Coptic Sel A Up In, in Arabic Al Khamsir, but the Sel Apine is heart, and also in Greek apokondria, and the nerve connected to the third ring finger of the left hand with the heart is said to be discovery of the anatomy. So palmistry and reflex points, I guess that's a better thing, because I don't know, because the feet has them too. So you can diagnose one area of the body without using the other area of the body, or cause manipulation, therefore. Cur is related to metef, and we also have that Coptic word hetof, metef, or methuf as possibilities. Only the shrew mouse is embalmed. So, well, I guess the mouse is harder to preserve and use. So embalming the mouse as part of the magical practice, I guess, would make a little bit more sense than most things. But Sharma, peace be unto you.